Zer? Sure. I mean, hello? Alright. Play Zer. Let's draw some cards too. Meat hook, sure. Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be playing a 5-colored Zer Eternal Schemer control list. It's going to be a standard best of 1 list with average converted mana cost 3.6. It's going to have 9 creatures, 25 non-creatures, and 26 lands. Now it's a full-on 5-colored list with no green spells in the list whatsoever. We're just I guess minorly splashing for green for the Camimore here. The idea behind the list is to play Zer Eternal Schemer, and I wanted to play Zer with like a multitude of enchantments, right? And what I found out it was the fact that the majority of the good enchantments are white enchantments, but you've got Camimore here, which flips and becomes an enchantment creature that can also have Death Touch, Lifelink, and Hexproof, which is pretty fun. And also you got like a reflection of Kiki Jiki that is going to have the same stats, Hexproof, Lifelink, Death Touch. And then, when you start copying your Archangel of Wrath or your Camimore and stuff like that, I mean, it just gets really and rapidly out of hand. Now, it's not always going to happen like this, but whenever it does, it's just game over, mostly, right? Unless they have a farewell, which kills pretty much everything. But nonetheless, we are playing a relatively control-ish deck. We are running Make Disappear. We are running a bunch of removal here. And we're running a new card that I never saw anybody run so far, which is Prayer of Binding. Prayer of Binding says when it enters the battlefield, exile to one target non-land permanent an opponent controls until it leaves the battlefield. So it has like an exile effect that you get the card back when this card leaves the battlefield. But what I like about it is the fact that you gain 2 life off of it. I really do like that, especially since we're running Thram Portal, we're running some shock lands here as well, or lands that deal damage, and we're running a small life gain theme with this list as well within Archangel of Wrath, Prayer of Binding, and yeah, that we go from there. So we're also running Spirit Sister's Call. I don't like this card. I don't like this card in this list especially. I mean, I think this card is going to be really good in a deck where that revolves around it, but so far it's been very underwhelming. You'll see within the gameplay. It's whatever, really. I mean, wiretapping performed way better than it did. Way better. Wiretapping was always clutch. So if I was to make any adjustments to the list, I'd cut Spirit Sister's Call and just run 2 wiretapping. I just wanted to include it because it was in the gameplay, obviously, and I just wanted to show you the difference between Spirit Sister's Call and wiretapping. Wiretapping performed much better because we were drawing 2 cards every turn, and that's very important. This deck can tend to run out of gas rather quickly, and you need to refuel, right? Most of the time your Leyline Binding is going to be 1 mana anyway, so you're gonna cast these quickly. You're gonna cast this. You're gonna get your Wedding Announcement down, your Fables down as well. You're gonna run out your Spirited Companions as well. The most you'd hold on to would probably be your Zer, your Make Disappear, and your Meat Hook Massacre. So besides that, you're going to run out a lot of spells quickly, so you need to refuel. So to take this deck to the next level, I guess, would be to cut Spirit Sister's Call and to play 2 wiretappings. Wiretapping has performed amazingly well. I also like these because these 5 mana enchantments, because you can turn them into creatures, right? And they're gonna become a 5/5 creature. But the most insane combo with Zer has always been Leyline Binding, because you play this for 1 mana, you exile something, and then you make it into a creature through Zer, and now it's a 6/6 Death Touch or Lifelink or Hexproof that is just gonna like stomp your opponent to death unless they deal with it, right? Usually they find ways to deal with it, sure, but you can recover. And the only reason why I included the Spirit Sister's Call to begin with is because we're running Wedding Announcement, right? We're running Spirited Companion. At the very least, we can sacrifice these and get Zur back from the graveyard, right? Or we can, for example, sacrifice your Spirited Companion to get a Fable back from the graveyard, or to get a removal piece back from your graveyard, like Prayer of Binding or Leyline Binding here as well, or maybe a Kamewar even, right? If they manage to grasp it or something. There's a lot you can do with Spirit Sister's Call, and yes, you can run like probably 4 wedding announcements, which I don't have. I only have 3, and I'm not interested in running more than 2. You can run 4 wedding announcements, and you can run like 2 Spirit Sisters Call, and you can just focus on this card. You know, you're gonna make creatures, you're gonna be able to reanimate your Zers, you're gonna be able to reanimate your Archangel of Wrath, or maybe a more important creature like a Titan, for example, or your Kamewar. You can go that route, but I don't want to go that route. I want to go the more removal heavy route, and the more like game ending route within, like, you know, Fable copying Kamewar, or Zur making everything just has hexproof and like big beefy enchantment creatures that can kill your opponent quickly. And there are no shortage of you winning anywhere, right? This gains life, this gains life. Your removal is so flexible. You have counter spells here. You have 4 copies. There is an argument to be made where you can run more than 4 counter spells. I was thinking about Syncopate, running like 2 more copies of Syncopate. I just didn't know what to cut, right? You can probably shave off 1 Archangel of Wrath, right? But I don't want to. This card is so good. I love this card, especially in 5-colored lists. I think I'm always going to run this card in 5-colored lists, depending on the list, of course, and depending on the theme. But this card is so good, in my opinion. It gains life, it deals with small critters, deals with planeswalkers. I mean, it hits anywhere, right? So very, very good. Also, Fable betters your mana, betters your hand, copies your creatures. You can copy the Spirited Companion and draw endless cards. It's so good, right? So this is the idea behind the list. This is the list. It performs amazingly well. Within the mana base, we are going to be running a lot of the Triomes, or the Tri-lands, if you want to call them. Triomes are the older ones, so we're going to be running a lot of these, mainly because of Leyline Binding, obviously, and also they do fix your mana a lot, right? We're focusing more on the Grixis and Esper ones because, well, look at our colors, right? We barely have green, if any, right? Besides Kamewar. We had a Stronghold Arena, and it was a decent card, not gonna lie. It was a decent card, but we just don't get a lot of value off of it because we're not always attacking. Usually when we attack to win, right? A lot of times, or sometimes you just pick it off. Like, it wasn't performing as good as it should be in this list, so I had to cut it. But yeah, that's the mana base. We're running, you know, the dual lands and some of the shock lands here as well. Instead of the shock lands, the ones where we don't have, like the Dimir one, for example, I'm running the Dimir colors, dual lands. And yeah, we're running some basics here as well because of Leyline Binding again and Domain. And yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. If you do, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. I advise everyone to try this deck. It's been performing so well for me, and man, I love it, right? It's so much fun. So yeah, support the channel in any way. Take the opportunity to check out the links in the description. Join the Discord. Let's grow the community even more, and yeah, we'll go from there. So yeah, let's get right into the gameplay. And with that being said, thank you guys again for your continued support, and I'll see you guys later with another video. Okay? Bye. Alright. Very capable hand. Let's see. Is this mono white? Maybe. Oh, we actually do need the Fable here. Or maybe we will need to double spell. Yeah, this is mono white. Yeah, we're gonna need to double spell here, so this is going to have to be... Yikes, we can't. We need a green source to make the Leyline Binding into a 1 mana card. So if we play this, that's 1 mana. We won't be able to. If we play this on green, we only have 1 white source, so we can't play the Companion. We can hold up the Make Disappear and Leyline Binding. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm going for here then. Yeah, that's going to be a green source, and we're gonna pass. Gonna hold up the make disappear and play the Leyline Binding, I guess. Yeah. Let's not get screwed. Okay. That buys us some time, right? That's pretty good. Okay. Yep. They might have a Brutal Cathar here, but at the very least, we only need one green source anyway, yeah, so might as well play this. At the very least, we're developing some mana, and we made a really good play here. Okay. Well, Leyline Binding, sure. I mean, I would like a untapped mana source, but it doesn't matter. Okay. See how they want to interact here. I'm not gonna waste this Leyline Binding like that. I mean, we can just cast the Archangel of Wrath. Yep. That's pretty good. Okay. Expected. But that's fine. They have to play Valor Stance. I mean, there is no other way about it, right? The meta is filled with Haughty Djinns and stuff like that. We're just gonna pass here. They're still at 4 mana, so we can easily hold up this Make Disappear. And even if they weren't at 4 mana, even if they were at more, we can, yeah, that's prime target for me. Thank you. But if you notice, you have to be careful with the Thram portals, because it automatically doesn't tap your Thram portal. So if we were to hold up Leyline Binding, we wouldn't be able to, because it tapped both of our like white sources and stuff like that, right? We're gonna draw some cards here. Another Binding. Sure. Okay. Well. Let's see. Add the line. Nice. Let's put a stop. Let's cast a Binding on that Adeline. Yeah, that's awful. Zur. Sure. I mean, hello? Alright. Play Zur. Let's draw some cards too. Meat Hook, sure. Nice. That's pretty good. Everything has Death Touch. Okay. And we're holding up our Leyline Binding. That's pretty good. Alright. So far, so good. Valor Stance, yeah. There's nothing we can do about that. Sure. Intrepid adversary. Sure. GG's. Yep. Nice. Alright. Slow hand, but we're going first with the Archangel of Wrath. Let's test the theory. I mean, can we equalize with an Archangel of Wrath? No, we can't. Because we need to cast this for 6 mana. But I mean, how bad can it be? Well, pretty bad, I'm guessing. Yeah. Let's try it. Let's try it. Just for science, right? Oh, yikes. The first draw was awful. Let's see what happens. Our hand is just too expensive, right? Okay. I mean, might as well, right? I'm gonna play a lot of tapped lands from now on, but let's see what happens. Luckily, they had a slow start as well, so that's pretty good. That's a headache. Okay, keep playing those tapped lands. Wow, we actually got to the Archangel of Wrath. That's pretty good. I would like to cast it for 6 mana though. And this has to be... well, we have a green source, right? We have all of our colors. Nice. Okay. They're passing. Yikes. Why are you passing? We need this tapped. This is going to have to be... I mean, we already have 2 or 1. Okay, sure. This is going to be white. We have all day. Oh, I actually forgot. They might have a... what's it called? Sure. Invoke Despair. That would be bad. Sure. Yeah. Invoke Despair is going to be awful here. The sequencing is just... man. They didn't hit their 5th land drop in time, and now they're going to hit their 5th land drop and just Invoke Despair our War. That sucks. We need more enchantments. We need to protect the War. So we actually need to top deck more enchantments. Man, if I can top deck a Spirited Companion, that'd be nice. A Fable even, I mean, whatever, right? Just to protect the War here. But it doesn't seem like they're hitting their 5th land drop, so that's very fortunate on our end. Usually I never keep a hand like this, like a slow hand, right? Where the first thing you can play is a 4 mana thing. It's just a death sentence, right? Because you never know what you're playing against. They just passed. They didn't want us to return anything to their hand, but they still discard. So, okay. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, we're passing. We have to hold up this Make Disappear. They're playing some sort of like control mono black, right? And it's not ever going to work. They've been playing so weird so far, it's insane. But maybe that because they're bound to play this weird, their hand has to be all removal, right? Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sure. Just to sweeten the pot for them. If they have grasp, do we counter it? I mean, no. Can't. Rose downfall. Okay, we can counter this, yes. Let's see. I mean, we have another Kami War in hand, so how bad can it be? Yeah, they're still going after it. Okay. They finally got to their 5th mana. Now a barrage of Invoke Despairs is coming. Yeah, well, sucks. Okay, please play a permanent opponent. Hello? Finally, nice. Nice, that's a draw. Why did you tap my blue, bro? Oh, okay. I still have a blue source. Got me a little scared there. They're down to 2. That's pretty good. Invoke Despair won't save you now. Now what? Evelyn. Yeah, Evelyn can, what's Evelyn going to do? Okay, GG's. Yeah, that's pretty much game. Good game. Nice. The hand is funny, but all we have in hand are, you know, white spells and a blue spell, so let's try it. We have 3 lands as well. Leyline Binding is always going to be 3 mana with these lands here. Jungle Hollow, okay. Bankbuster, sure. You have to take that Bankbuster, I think. No value. Nope. We have to stop their value. Stomper. Yeah, this is the what's it called? Storm the Festival list. It's been going around like crazy. Okay, that's a draw. That is a draw. They still can't attack us with this Stomper, so might as well play this, but we won't have access to these. But if we play this tapped, we can play wiretapping next turn. So yeah, that's very optimal for us. Okay. Yeah, but I mean, green and black, like Golgari in general, has access. But yeah, they just use their access to... Sure. Is that what you really want to do? Yeah, you can have it. Yeah. They're ramping us. Ooh, are you missing land drops? Yikes. I think they are. That is very, very good. We're just gonna Leyline Binding again. Take their Bank Buster. Just so they won't be able to attack us with the Bank Buster. Okay. Well. Wiretapping. Yeah. Give me a Camewar. Why not? Yeah, Dig Up is scary. They can look for enchantment removal easily because Golgari has the best removal at the moment. Well, besides white, right? But I think they have Terra Sunder, and it's such a good card, right? They can remove enchantments and artifacts easily with that, or non-land permanents if they pay kicker. I think the card is insane, or they might fetch a Titan here. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah. They're fixing their mana. We have Prayer of Binding, so let's see. I mean, we are drawing cards here, but... Okay. Well... Man, wiretapping is like the only copy in our deck, but it's our value card, right? We do have value cards in the list, but... Sure. And then... Shigeki. Yeah, give me that. Leyline Binding and Zur. Yikes. Okay, let's discard that. Archangel of Wrath. Very, very interesting card. Or cards. Okay, let's go for it. Man, what a deck. I've been having so much fun with this. That's insane. This is so good. So much fun. I mean, they're getting close to a Titan, sure. But, hello? Still fun. They can kill the Zur. That's fine by me. Okay. Sure. At least we make these into creatures. They can start removing them though, which is... I guess it's fine. Archangel of Wrath just doing his thing. Yikes, these are so good. I mean, hello? We have so many options. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And hold up a Leyline Binding. Should we go for the Camewar? I mean, of course, right? There's just too much power. Yeah, and we can hold up the Leyline Binding. That's pretty good. Wow, I mean, that's just insane. That's insane value. Zur is just such a good card in the right deck. Such a good card. And, well, I mean, they soul transferred it, but we are running Spirit Sister's Call. So if we draw another Zur and it ends up dying, we can possibly get it back. We're also running Wedding Announcement. Yeah. Oof, that is just terrible. Yeah, they had it all, didn't they? Yeah, that's fine. Give me that. Huh. Okay. What? Maybe you have two of them? Maybe. No bank buster for you? They might get the bank buster back because if they have two Invoke Despairs, I mean, they can cast it, so I don't even know why they discarded it. They're just passing. That's very interesting. Another companion and another Camor. Okay, so this flips. Sure. We're not gonna overinvest. We're just gonna play another Spirited Companion here and see what happens. Okay. Because remember, they might have a Titan. Or they might have a Shigeki in hand. Oh yeah, that's why, okay. Yeah, they do have a Shigeki in hand. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, they can get 3 cards back. You got Invoke Despair, Soul Transfer, and Dig Up. Okay. I mean, Golgari is definitely grindy. It'll always be grindy with these set of cards here. So this isn't the 1, 2, 3. Okay. This isn't the one where what's it called? Where it's a Storm the Festival version, I guess. This is the Shigeki version, which is pretty good. It'll always be good, right? It's very grindy. It's got outs. It's got a lot of things. Man, this is a card, huh? Spirit Sister's Call. Hello? So what can we get back? What do we get back? Prayer of Binding? I mean, it has to be the Fable, right? We're not gonna get the Reflection of Kikijiki, I don't think. But we're gonna get value off of this Fable. I want to discard these Thram portals here, so see what happens though. It's been definitely a very grindy matchup. No blocks because they have Invoke Despair, right? We'd want to sacrifice this or this. We don't really want to give out any of these. They might go for the Invoke Despair now, and that leaves them with 5 mana. So they've got stuff. Okay, they did that. Sure. Sure. They think I'm gonna give them something here? No way. Even though I really wanted that Fable, but it's fine. Okay. They're gonna fetch another Invoke Despair. That's for sure. Or maybe a Titan if they run it. But Wedding Announcement should dodge it pretty well here. Alright, let's just get these out. Sure, whatever. Seriously. Okay. Titan. Nice. Let's see what they want to kill. Probably the Kamiwar, huh? Must be the Kamiwar. I mean, they'd be insane not to kill the Kamiwar. Or maybe they're going after the Shigeki here. But it's gonna have Summoning Sickness, and we're going to wipe the board with the Meat Hook Massacre. Nice. Okay. Meat Hook gone. Sure. Just to get the draw. Performing insanely well so far. I mean, the value is just crazy. Alright. Well, they're almost dead anyway. Let's get the draw. What do we need? I'll get another Spirited Companion here, I think. So, let's get the Fable down. Another Wedding Announcement down so we can draw with that. And then I'm gonna hold up these so we can discard them. Sure, give me a Spirited Companion. Take that away. Gain a life, sure. We're just toying with them at the moment. Draw me some cards. Sure. Take away these portals. Now what? They can't hang. Man, they can't hang. Alright, what an interesting hand. Well, we don't have a blue source, right? And our Leyline Binding is going to only cost 3. Okay, let's see. Right away, huh? Right away. Okay, this is going to be really interesting here. I think resolving the Wedding Announcement has to be the best option for us. Oh, really? What? Okay, this is going to be insanely scary. Impulse. Okay, are you looking for mana? Maybe. I mean, I would if I'm having mana troubles. You're not. Okay, give me that. So this has to be blue, right? Even though we need a black source, but yeah, give me that. It's a tempo deck, and that's how they lose, when they lose their creatures. Infantry, sure. Let's get the Wedding Announcement down. Get it going, right? It's a priority. Now you can protect this all you want, but we're gonna have something for you. Okay? They have no more protection, so that's pretty good. But we have no removal in hand, so it's also scary. Yikes. Okay. Sure, we're down to 12. Interesting so far. Right, well, I mean, yeah, that's all we can do, which is Fable. Okay. This is really going to get out of hand. Another one. Okay. The protection is the issue here. So I'm going to try to draw into some removal. Yeah, I don't think we can resolve a can war here. Okay, this resolves. Nice. Do we draw a card and leave ourselves exposed? Exposed to what though? We're at 10 life. How hard can they hit us? Okay. Consider. I mean, yeah. Sure. I desperately needed a removal and we were able to find it, so that's pretty good. And our removal, I mean, gains us 2 life, which is fairly significant, right? Let's see if they want to tap for this. They don't. Okay. Of course they have another one. Bro, of course. Oh, no way. No way. Alright. Let's try this. Okay. Sure. Since we're going first, I don't mind getting these down like that. Okay. We're gonna play this tap next turn. They really cut that down. Wow, you really did. Hooray for you, opponent. You suck. Okay. We're gonna get wiretapping down as fast as possible. Love me those lands. They marched it. Nice. I love that. Land binding. Hopefully they don't have another march. That would suck. Let's just fetch a land here. I mean, we're never going to get to 9 cards. We're always going to be casting things, right? And it's not like our deck is going to draw a million cards anyway. So might as well just get a land with it. Yeah, that's what you want to do. Fine by me. Okay. Well, at least we're going to be drawing some cards. Now what? Nice, thank you. Give me that. Don't be annoying. Nice. That's pretty good. Oh, interesting. Okay. We just spoiled your plans, opponent. Depopulate. Of course. Of course you're running Depopulate and March and Cut Down and an underdog deck. That this seems to be the new trend, to run as much board wipes as possible in your creature deck. I don't even know whatever happened to like good old Magic, where like things actually made sense. Nowadays, you play against a certain person and you just don't know what you're playing against. You have no clue what you're playing against usually. Alright, well, I'm gonna Kami Warrior Underdog. Man, we have so much gas. Bro, this card is so good in this deck. Honestly, better than Spirit Sister's Call. Having two of these is just... yeah, well, goodbye. I mean, I'm telling you, they're running everything. All the board wipes, all the removal. That's fine, though. That's fine. I promise you, opponent, you will never beat me with a deck like this. Ever. So, now what? Now we chill? I mean, let's just go for it. My top decks has to be better than theirs. Okay. Yep. Oh man. What are you playing, opponent? Come on. Like look at this. March. It's a control deck that has an underdog. How do you play so much removal with creatures? Like, how does that even work? Like, you're hoping to play an underdog and keep hitting me with it, and then what? Like, play removal and just go from there? You're playing depopulate in an underdog deck. You're gonna blitz your underdog for 4 mana, where you can't depopulate anymore. You know, if you depopulate, you can't blitz anymore. How does that make sense? Crazy.